Before we start, what we're not going to do today is make fun of the salmon pink golf polo, okay? Okay, you did it anyways, but that's all right. We're going to be showing you guys how to take one of the best pro defensive metas and make it even better today. Now, the defense we're going to be talking about is the 4-3 even 6-1. Lauded as probably the most annoying defense in terms of sheds in the game. I think it's got some serious holes, but we're going to patch them up here in today's video. The playbook you're going to have to run for this to work is going to be the New England Patriots defense, which is pretty dope because it is actually the only playbook in the game that has the 6-1 with the play cover 2 as a option in it. Yeah, believe it or not, all the other 6-1 playbooks in the game don't have cover 2 where that outside corner is in a flat. While we boot up into practice mode, do me a favor, make sure you guys are subscribed right here to the Zan Madden YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you get those push notifications to your mobile devices when these videos go live in the morning and our short form content in the afternoon. If you guys are looking to get better at Madden right away, you guys can check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. I just put out a brand new defensive tackle A-gap blitz scheme out of my favorite defense, the big nickel over G, in our vault. Go check that out in the May vault. You guys can unlock everything in the vault. That's over 250 vault tips, plus 11 offensive and defensive game plans, Discord access with lab sessions every single week. And we just did our lab session the other day and I showed our members what I've got coming out next week, which is going to be the best under center rollout defense. I've done content on rollout defense here on the YouTube channel. This is even better. So if you guys want to take a look at that, that's going to be on the website in our next week's vault update. Just a little sneak peek for you. You guys unlock everything on the website for $9.95. So let's set the table so you understand why I hate the 4-3 even 6-1. Yes, it's a good defense. Yes, it sheds, but it is atrocious against sideline attacking threats. Namely that we can throw the fade ball against this, knowing that the deep half is really the only zone that a player can play up top in this defense. So the way that I'll actually attack this is with a concept that is known as Ohio, which is basically just a fade to the outside receiver and a simple slot out underneath. You're just playing isolation ball on the outside corner. Now, again, because the safety in the deep half is responsible for basically every vertical attacking threat on that side, if you run a seam route, this is going to make him have to split the difference, which allows us to get this player into what we call the cover 2 window, which allows us to then throw this ball. If we make a juke back to the inside, this is a one-play score. So while the Patriots playbook has this cover 2 and it's great for starters, it creates a lot of stress on the defense. And what a lot of players will end up doing is they'll say, okay, well, I can't get that player to Tyreek Hill on the fade, so I'm going to go ahead and try to just over adjust this defense, which is not great either. So the thing about this is that, yeah, you can go ahead and get that player to guard Tyreek Hill, but if it opens up kind of a crease right here, you can throw this ball down the seam. So again, that's why the Ohio concept is so good. And this is a big issue for this defense. So let me go ahead and show you guys why the New England Patriots offense is so great. What we're going to do here is we are going to go into a different formation. And this is a tip that I also put on Gridiron. I know I already talked about this earlier, but we're going to take a look at the 3-4 even defense. And the way that we're going to run this is we are going to make sure that we have 4 defensive linemen. These can be defensive ends or defensive tackles on the field. And we're going to have 3 linebackers. So I'm going to go ahead and make these adjustments here, and then I'll explain what we're going to do next. So what we've done here is we've made sure that we have basically 3 defensive linemen as our interior 3 players. We have a linebacker that is subbed here, a linebacker that is subbed here, and a linebacker that is subbed here. Now, the depth chart trick that we are going to use for this to work is we are going to go into our right outside linebacker position, and we are going to start a defensive end, okay? This could be a right end or a left end. It needs to be a defensive end because we're going to use a package that's going to sub them into this particular position. So you take a look here, I've got the strong safety at linebacker package, and you see number 99, that's our JJ Watt item. He is going to be the right outside linebacker that kicks up to that right inside linebacker position when you use this particular package. This gives us 3 defensive linemen as our interior 3 rushers, 3 linebackers as our outside linebackers on the left and right, and our right inside linebacker. And then our left inside linebacker on the screen is technically our other defensive lineman, which makes this a 4-3 package. Now, because we're using the strong safety at linebacker package, what we're going to do is we're going to flip this defense. You want to run this flipped because this is going to make it so that when we audible into this, this is going to give us exactly what we're looking for. You're going to come out in this even flipped defense, and you're going to immediately audible into the 4-3 even 6-1. And you're going to see here how these players now are lined up in this alignment. So you're going to see here that we basically get the ability to run the 4-3 even 6-1, but it's going to carry over the adjustments from the strong safety at linebacker package, meaning that this changes our safeties packages for the purpose of outside thirds. So now we can get into the meta that you guys see out of so many defenses in the game, including over G, dollar, nickel over, where you get the 3 safety rule package. And this allows you to create your own version of cover 3 Mabel. But the one thing that you guys will notice with this is that this outside linebacker also gets the outside third adjustments and the middle third adjustments, or the mid read adjustments, or you can still man him up on the running back if you want to kind of just take that player out. Now, of course, this is still a great shed defense. The one thing that you will need to understand with this that is a little bit of a drawback is that if I pull up my linemen, you're going to see here that the players that were considered linemen are going to be your outside linebackers and those 3 interior players, because we came out in a 3-4 defense. 3-4 considers those 5 players the linemen. So this does impact your crashing. So if I crash out or if I crash down, you'll see that changes those players. If I bring up my linebacker adjustments, it's only going to have these 2 players as linebackers. So JJ Watt can play, a curl flat. He can play, a variety of different coverage assignments. You can put him in a vert hook, do whatever you want with this. But still with this is a cool little package adjustment that's going to allow you to now get that safety into an outside third and get very creative with your coverage. You can see here that I basically run this as kind of like an inverted cover 3 with a 3-man rush. And now if I decide to run that whole shot, you're going to see that safety is going to get crazy width, and I can't throw this ball anymore because that's going to be a swat or an interception. Now, of course, the weakness that you will have with this particular defensive package is that if you do try to use this particular outside linebacker right here in middle thirds, he's simply too low to the line of scrimmage to guard a player down the seam. So what you'll notice is that Randy Moss, if you put him on a streak, will run right by him. So please do not use the middle third adjustment with this linebacker. He will get absolutely fried. But you can still man him up if you want to. So feel free to go ahead and put him into man-to-man assignments or, anything else that you might want. Now, the other thing that you were probably saying is, okay, with this player having only outside third and middle third adjustments, how the hell do we get him in a purple zone? Well, this is where you'll want to make sure quarters is in your audibles as well, because what that will do is allow you to have your purple with this player. You can still play your zone drop profile, audible into quarters, and you still got the ability with this particular defense to, be able to, run this as a crash down and get your sheds up the middle, those types of things. Again, just make sure that you understand that when you crash, it does change your outside linebackers to blitz. Again, this is the one big difference from the regular 6-1 to this. Now, of course, if you want to run the conventional 6-1, you can always just come right out in the 6-1 and do the standard crashes and get the regular zone adjustments. But I think the outside third adjustments and the ability to set up your zone drops and rule your coverage in this is going to make this a far better defense. We all know just how valuable the regular setup in which you get guys coming in through the B gap. You see right there, look at the sheds and the way that this just kind of pinballs through the middle. That's the calling card of the defense as a whole. Again, just make sure that you guys mix up this little package. I think that this is a really, really good setup. I think that you guys, can do a lot with this. If you guys like today's video, again, make sure you guys are subscribed right here to the Zan Madden YouTube channel. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think that we just made one of the better defenses in the game even better with the meta zone adjustments that it really lacked to begin with. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Get the lab in. Good luck.